Welcome to the BAM Sports Show.
I carefully place all of it in various trash cans around.
Any other headlines you guys are interested in tomorrow?
I'll poop in a urinal.
It's going to be a wet one.
He shoots, he scores, you suck.
Rick's wife is going to make him sleep in the bathroom tub tonight.
A dark horse candidate of where I may eventually want to end up living for good.
Welcome to a brand new sports show experience coming through your wavelengths. Let's get ready to have some fun. So sit back, crack open a drink, and let's talk some sports.
And let's talk some sports indeed. Welcome to the BAM Sports Show. The best goddamn thing on a Friday night.
Keith
Hell yeah.
cover himself up in his camera.
Yeah, what are you doing, Keith?
Oh, sorry. I thought it was Jawan Taylor. I could line up wherever the fuck I wanted to.
Oh, there he is with the jokes already. There he is. We got a fun episode for you guys tonight. We've got some overreactions to last night's Lions.
I've got overreactions to the
21-20
overreactions.
victory. We've got to look ahead at this coming weekend and our predictions for some of the end of the year season NFL awards. So, to get started, Detroit wins in Kansas City last night, spoiling the Super Bowl party. Hats
Detroit
off for Rick for calling
didn't
that, by the way.
lose.
Detroit did not lose.
Detroit
did
didn't
not lose.
lose.
They won the game.
They
That's what
pulled
good
off the
defense
upset.
looks like.
Technically,
They won the football game.
technically they won, but
Did they get
Defense
the-
wins
did
sloppy
they get the
games.
W?
All that matters is that I'm still undefeated in these upset calls, and I love it.
that's true.
Did
So
you hear
far,
that?
I
Waiting
did.
for Rick's next week. Was that a fart?
No, it was a
I have no idea what that was.
The Birmingham Stallions will beat the Dallas Cowboys.
Come on.
Call your bookie, quick.
Oh boy.
What a shitty game.
Kansas City just didn't look good, like at all. Like not even obviously you have the Tony drops, right? But like in general, that offense looked out of sync. The play calling looked different. Obviously, with Nagy calling plays there now.
There it is. That
There
is
it is.
it.
There it is.
That is
Significant.
it.
It's year
Right
2 of Nagy.
It
Year
was
two of Nagy.
significant.
No, it's year one
It's
of
year
Nagy.
one of Nagy.
Yeah, because
Oh, he's calling plays this year.
He's
And
calling.
ain't no one
plays.
happier in Kansas City last night than Chris fucking Jones.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was there at the game too, watching it.
Honestly,
you know what's crazy
though,
I thought I didn't think that their defense looked bad.
they didn't.
Like,
They
because
looked pretty
they're-
decent.
They were other than the only thing I didn't like is there was like some clear and obvious, like false starts that didn't get called on that tackle of theirs, like repeatedly.
There were
but-
over
On
20.
whose tackle? Who's tackle?
Jawan Taylor. Jawan Taylor.
Jawan Taylor, that's right. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah. There's some egregious ones that were just blatantly missed. It was weird.
Yeah.
very, very much so.
Do you think part of what we saw yesterday has to do with the way teams are structuring their preseason now? So you have one game less in the preseason, and each game's not seeing as many of the starters as you would, say it seemed like week 3 of like a couple of years ago when we had 4 preseason games because there's an extra game that they had to play for. So you think they're still ironing out some wrinkles?
I don't know.
More so?
No.
You don't think so?
You got
They're
to think those week
professionals.
4 games, we never saw them. Like we never saw starters in those week 4 games.
That's true.
We
Right.
never
yeah.
saw them.
I
But
think
I feel like you're seeing less of them in the week 3 game than you would have saw them like a couple of years ago. I'm just saying in general,
right.
like 3 games from a few years ago before we had the straight 3 games compared to now. I feel like it's still even less.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I see what you're saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if in 10 years they just knock it down to like 1 or 2
1
preseason
or 2
games.
preseason
Very well
games.
Mhm.
A
I
roster cut
felt
game.
like the Chiefs, outside of literally like just their receivers, like the defense absent of Chris Jones, didn't look bad. There were some times they were still able to, put some pressure on Jared Goff, and the Lions have a phenomenal offensive line.
Mhm.
So I'll tell you who I was probably most impressed with from the Lions last night on the defensive side of the ball, by far, Aiden Hutchinson.
God
That
damn,
guy,
dude's a monster.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
he's
he's a
a fucking stud.
monster.
He's
Yeah,
a fucking stud.
he's got to
He-
get some DPOY votes. I'm sure this year.
He is a menace. He is an absolute menace on that defensive line. On the offensive side of the ball, and maybe this is just a little bit of bias because I have him in all but one league, and I know he didn't get a ton of work last night, but damn, that rookie running back of theirs, Jameer Gibbs.
Yep.
Shit,
Yeah,
that
he's
kid is
fast.
fast.
Yeah.
He's
And he is
definitely
so
fast.
damn- He's shifty. It seemed like there were, he
6
only
missed
had like a
tackles
handful
last
of-
night.
Right. And a lot of them, it seemed like the guys, whatever defender was like trying to tackle him, he would just bounce off of him so smoothly. Like he was like a damn rubber ball. You know what I'm saying? Like just bouncing all over the place. And he just looked so smooth. And he would have hit, were enough for that one play where he kind of tripped up over himself. He would have hit pay dirt last night, which I would have loved. But he looks
They got
awesome.
that Monty TD.
Yeah, and I feel like Monty did his thing. He had a very David Montgomery stat line. I forget what the stats were, but he had. Let me look at what was his stats. Lions versus Chiefs.
While we're talking about
74.
running game,
21
me,
carries, 74 yards. a
the Chiefs'
touchdown.
lack of running game is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see much in Pacheco.
They're so
Their running game though was just pretty. I mean, like running wise, they were pretty even. As
But,
a team, Detroit, 34 carries for 118 yards, a touchdown, and their longest run was 18 yards. So that's good for a 3.5 yard average. The Chiefs were 23, so they ran less, but they still got 90 yards, 3.9 on the average, and a 16-yard long run.
and Patrick Mahomes was their leading rusher.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
but you got to
Yeah,
think
that's
Mahomes
true.
is going to be a portion of the big chunk of that.
I was
But I was-
very surprised to see Clyde Edwards-Helaire start the game.
Yes,
I didn't realize they're still playing for him, honestly. But I was going to say that the Chiefs seem like they've gotten away with not having a decent running back for a few years now. And
yes, because they've had wide receivers that can spread a fucking defense out and catch the football. And you have
Right.
Travis, posting and anchoring in the middle, and they didn't have any of that last night.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Gibbs,
it
for his
was-
part, rushed for 6 yards a carry, which is nuts.
Yeah, kid had
That's
he was
crazy.
good at Alabama last year. He's going to be good in the NFL.
Yep.
But yeah, to me, it was noticeably different that there was a different play caller for Kansas City.
Yeah, 100%. I think.
Yeah. They are
Uh,
going to
Matt-
sorely miss Eric Bieniemy.
Well, I don't even think. Yes, but I think that they're going to sorely regret. They did not trust the D late,
No, not at all.
That's me.
but they're going to sorely regret giving the keys and the play sheet to Matt Nagy. I mean, we've seen this shit before. Blake and I are Bears fans. I mean, we've lived through Matt Nagy
enjoyed
calling
it.
plays. Matt Nagy can't get out of Matt Nagy's fucking way. Matt Nagy calls the most egotistical fucking play calling I've ever seen.
Why did I get kicked?
Third
out?
and 1 on their own
You're enjoying
34, and he
comment.
calls a fucking jet sweep to a rookie. How many yards did that get? You guys know?
Negative
Negative
30.
Negative
-3.
1. Oh.
Oh, was that right? Yeah.
-3
That was-
yards.
That was a
thought
Tony
it
carry
was
that I was
nuts.
thinking of. Sorry.
No, that was
You know-
Reishi.
No,
On the,
but Tony got a carry for -1.
Oh,
yeah.
But
On
it's
the
Matt
oh, sorry.
Nagy, for as much smoke as I've been fired up about this shit all day, for as much fucking smoke as people blow up his ass about being the heir to Andy Reid and blah, 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 the dude is a fucking joke. He is a joke. Matt Nagy is the worst thing that could have happened to Kansas City.
And you know what really
As
sucks?
a quarterback coach, him there helping Mahomes figure out what he's doing, getting, the little quarterback kinks figured out, sure. But any play design, any play calling, he is going to sink your fucking team. And up until last night, I did not realize Matt Nagy was going to fucking call plays.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it
and
was
I'm just
nuts.
speaking from experience. I thought Andy Reid was smart.
Yeah, no, I thought it was kind of weird to watch them kind of unravel there, like towards the back end of the game. Is that they like this first class media said, not trusting the D late.
Yeah.
When it was like, like third and forever, then they end up getting sacked, and it's now 4th and 20, and they decide, nope, we're not going to trust the defense. We're going to go for it. Oh, and by the way, false start, tack on an extra 5 yards.
Right.
4th and 25.
Here's exactly what happened with 2:30 left in the game. Incomplete deep pass, holding penalty, incomplete short pass, incomplete deep pass, false start penalty, incomplete deep pass.
Yep.
That is Matt Nagy football. I've lived through it for years. Kansas City, I love Kansas City. I lived there for a while. My in-laws, or not in-laws, I guess my sister and brother-in-law live there. My best friend lives out there.
Right.
Love the Chiefs as an AFC team. Love the Royals as a, AL team in baseball. But goddamn, just take Matt Nagy and Kadarius Toney and put them on Elon's next fucking big dumb rocket that blows up and just shoot him into the fucking sun.
Fucking Ryan. Jesus.
Jesus
I hate Matt
Christ.
Nagy. I hate that bald fuck more than anything.
All right. So before we move on, because we have a lot we got to get to tonight. So
I'm not done with this goddamn thing.
Oh my gosh! I'm trying to get you off the soapbox, Ryan. Continue.
First class media
Continue
says
on.
that he is glad that Jawan Taylor is gone from his Jags. He looked bad last night. Yeah,
Oh,
it's like
his
we were
Jags.
just talking about.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking about. It looked like there were so many plays that it was just clear and obvious, false starts that didn't get called on him.
He
But I
wasn't
will say-
lining up
You
on
ain't
the
changing
line.
it.
The one thing I will say is, as much of a menace as Aiden Hutchinson looked last night, he looked like he was the only guy like really giving Aiden Hutchinson any type of resistance.
Right, yeah. His fundamentals were shit, like all the false starts. He just didn't look like his footwork looked crap. But he held up pretty well against Aiden. Like the
Yeah, but you
talent
gotta
is
think-
there.
He held up, but he also had a good 4 or 5 steps on him every play.
That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah,
he
he
shouldn't
was
get
already
called.
it was already started. Did you
So
see
does-
that double spin move Aiden pulled on? I think it
No.
was Jawan. Yeah, I saw a clip earlier. He basically did a double spin move. Nothing happened from it, but it looked good.
Showed
So-
up.
I've
does
got the
last
perfect
night-
landing. Sorry,
Go ahead.
I was going to say I've got the perfect landing spot for Mad Nagy. It was,
Yeah, the
very,
fucking
very
sunspot
small.
on the sun. I think it was a CME just launched out of it.
Well,
I think
what
the
I was going to
Vegas
say
Vipers
is
are needing a coach.
actually, so are the Seattle Sea Dragons.
Oh, we lost our coach.
Yeah, June
Don't
Jones
do that to
resigned.
yourselves. Don't do that.
Yeah,
to
why
yourselves.
would you do that to yourself? We're
Matt
sitting here telling you how
Matt
bad it
Nagy
is, and
doesn't
it's like,
just
you know what?
poop
Bring him to
standing up.
Seattle.
He poops standing up while standing on his hands.
Yeah.
Handstand poop. I like it. So does last night's game? and
Still
obviously,
butthurt about
like I
last
know
season in the
you're
XFL. It's okay.
Ed in Columbus says Kadarius Toney was the Lions' best player last night.
It's very true.
Couldn't agree more, Ed. Could not agree more.
True. And
Man, that
also, if you're an
tip
Ohio
to
State fan,
Brian
our
Branch.
apologies.
Man,
did we hear anything about him on his injury?
who?
I'll get
Brian
you.
Branch.
No, I haven't seen anything.
He went down non-contact injury, and we didn't see him the rest of the game. But I haven't heard anything.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I didn't
You know,
see that.
and that's nuts. Like, and it wasn't like part of me kind of hates the fact that it was counted as an interception.
Cramps.
You
Yeah,
know,
he's good.
but like in baseball, like if you hit a grounder out and it goes between the shortstop's legs, it's they score it as an error, not as a base hit, but like an error.
Yeah, it goes against the
I feel like-
quarterback.
Right. Like because Kadarius Toney is piss awful, a rookie was able to say that his first pick of his career was a pick 6 against Patrick Mahomes in his
Right.
NFL debut.
Just
Not
want to
just
remind the world that 2 weeks ago,
Even though
Rick was on
it
the same
bounced
show
off the
pouting
bread
at Kadarius
basket.
Toney Drum.
I mean,
No, it
he
wasn't.
talent-wise,
No, it wasn't.
Kadarius Toney
Pull it up.
should be the most talented wide receiver on that Chiefs.
On paper, yeah.
But the dude just he's bricked up.
Yeah.
He's just got those fucking Lego hands, man.
I just couldn't believe that it was continual. Like one drop, all right,
Right.
Yeah.
Lynn got in his head.
I think, yeah.
He deleted his whole ass Twitter.
Oh,
Yeah, he had to.
I
He was
mean,
getting
yeah,
hate from
right,
everybody.
man.
He was getting hate from Kansas City. He was getting hate from the Giants.
Just
The
NFL.
I wonder if
fans.
he worked with Matt Nagy on catching balls before the season started.
Probably why he's elite at it now. So does last night's game, does it say more about the Detroit Lions and their resiliency? Or does it say more about the Kansas City Chiefs and their issues that have come to head?
I don't think it says anything about either team. I didn't think that the Lions looked like world beaters last night. I think if you get better play calling on offense, obviously, but if you get a competent play caller in on offense and Kadarius Toney catches one more fucking pass, I don't know we're having this conversation today. I don't think
Oh, sorry.
Kansas City had to be injured and have the dude have a wide receiver have the worst game imaginable for them to lose by one score, or not even one score, 1 point to Detroit. I don't think Detroit looked nearly as good as people have said it, and I'm going to keep
I'm
saying
agreeing
that.
with that statement as well.
But
I'm
would you
not
say it's
scared of Detroit?
I feel like, okay, Detroit isn't, they didn't look to me like a Super Bowl contender, but I would say they look like they took a step forward
They did.
Agreed.
from last year.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
And
They
saying
did, but
that
you
they're
can't
like
have your
borderline
running.
a playoff team. I think they look like an official playoff contender team. Like any team going against them this year should be a little nervous to play them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that
they're
they've got a lot to
resilient.
build on.
Mhm.
They've got a lot of young talent on that team. It's I don't know. They look good to me.
It wasn't like when the
definitely not.
Colts beat Kansas City last year.
I will tell you what, though,
Correct.
if Travis Kelce, it seems to me like really the Chiefs' offense doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell without Travis Kelce at this point.
That's
I disagree. I think
And I will
that
tell you,
they do.
I will tell you this much: next week they come here to Jacksonville and play the Jaguars. I'm not so sure because I think the Jaguars are better than the Lions. If
I think we
Kelsey's
would all
not able
agree.
to suit up, I'm not so sure that that the Chiefs don't start 0-2 this season.
Like the city Detroit.
Well, I'm
I'm
not
scared.
scared of the Detroit Lions.
I'm scared of the city Detroit.
I'm scared of the city of Detroit and the actual animal that is a lion.
I
All
can't
of
believe
them.
the NFL
regular
pulled
lion,
Dan
mountain
Campbell now.
lion.
I love Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell
He is one of
a-
my favorite coaches.
yeah.
He's a dog.
Do you think Dan Campbell bit Travis Kelce's knee?
Maybe.
where the
Oh.
That's why it went hyperextended. All right. So, do we want to go into? Let's go into awards. What we think about awards before we go into picks. We'll end with picks tonight. Any objections?
I'm going to awards.
All right.
Sure. Sure.
Shooting from the
First
hip.
one.
Mine.
First one. Always a big one. NFL MVP.
What'd you say?
NFL MVP.
Okay.
Defensive Player of the Year,
Which-
Kadarius Toney.
Which quarterback is going to win MVP this year?
Which quarterback?
Okay. Can I go? I'm going to go Jalen Hurts.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I
like
think Holmes is going to take a step back. I think that's the natural pick is Jalen Hurts. I think he's going to continue to be awesome. And yeah, I think it's his time now.
I am gonna go See, Ed heard that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ed with the
They're
go
fire.
jokes now.
with old Joe,
Joe Burrow. Ooh,
Joey B.
thank you. I like that one.
Congrats to him. 5 of 275 yesterday.
Yeah,
Highest paid player in the NFL.
highest paid per year average. I still think Mahomes' deal was like $500 million fucking dollars.
Yeah, but it was double. Like year wise, was 10 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a smart play for him because now he's got the team has more money to build.
Right.
That Richie Rich picture is so fucking funny.
Fuck yeah.
It looks. I always thought he always looks like he's 15 or something, and then you do the picture like, God, that's what he reminds me of.
Rick,
Yeah,
who you
I-
got? You look antsy.
Yeah, no, Ryan actually kind of stole my answer there. That's where I was going. I think Joe Burrow is my pick as well.
Hoping
I
to
think
see the
they're-
Seahawks take him.
I'm gonna jump on that train, guys.
All
Why?
y'all.
That's why he's on my fantasy team. Both of them.
Hope he
Who
sucks
got?
a dick when Seattle comes. But yeah,
He might.
Likewise.
I don't know.
Likewise.
I'm going to that game. I'm going to that game.
Oh,
So
nice.
Nice.
I think Jalen
Who comes up the shortest? Asks Ed in Columbus. Who comes up the shortest? Baker or Russ? Feeling dangerous or let's? Oh, Baker by far.
Baker.
I think that Russ will take a step forward from where he was last year. Baker,
I
have zero confidence.
Baker's got a couple of dudes that he's throwing to though.
Baker's gonna look good the
Confirm.
first 5 weeks, and then Baker's gonna Baker.
Also an opportunity. Also a possibility. All right. Offensive player of
Who
the
do you
year.
have, Blake?
I said Jalen Hurts.
Oh,
oh, sweet.
I doubled down with good old Danny down there.
Me over here. Where's
I think AJ Brown's going to have a good year. Devontae Smith's going to have another good year.
Mhm.
That team's very strong. Offensive line strong.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Jesus.
Take it easy.
Oh, I feel much better though. All right. So, offensive player of the year. Which non-quarterback wins offensive player of the year?
Jamar Chase.
Ooh.
I was rolling there.
Yeah.
I was gonna go take a bigger leap on this one. It is a big stretch. This is the dark horse. I'm going with ETN.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's spicy.
damn.
Only
That is a very
He's gonna-
spicy pick.
He's got to
Okay.
take a big leap.
he's got to take a big leap, but I think he looked great last year as a rookie. I think he's young enough, has the talent around him to make that happen. Like I said, it's big. I'm not saying it's like,
Yeah.
it's
Last year
like
he
a horse
wasn't
everyone else
technically a
should go
rookie.
through. Oh, really?
No, he was just hurt.
Yeah,
He missed his
Okay.
entire rookie season to injury, so it
Okay.
was as if it was his rookie. It was
Either
basically his rookie.
Achilles or
Yeah. I feel like
ACL.
last year was a warm up. This is the year he's just going to take off.
Guys,
So I
I'll
got
be
him at fantasy.
You know,
Rick.
I think I'm going to change my my MVP. My MVP is going to be Justin Herbert.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
I think
Why's
Kellen
that?
Moore there in Los Angeles, kind of going more pass heavy. We've seen him do it. Obviously, last year was a down year, but the guy had his ribs were jacked up. His receivers were constantly hurt. The plays were not greatly designed to begin with. I think that Kellen Moore will fit, the skill set of Justin Herbert much better. I think that aerial attack is going to be awesome. Provided that Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, and that rookie they drafted, Quentin Johnston, can remain somewhat healthy, and Austin Eckler. I think that he could. His ceiling is absolutely 50 touchdowns. It's somewhere in that range. I think that's well within the possibilities.
I think I got kind of two issues with that. I think the realm is totally up there, but the ceiling is high. But the reason why I think the floor
is low.
is Mike Williams. I feel like we kind of see what he is now. He's just like an up and down, week to week guy. And Keenan Allen, he's getting old. And I think if he's going to be good, this will be his last year of being good. If I feel like it's either going to be this year or next year where he takes a dive.
Well, that's fair,
I could be wrong, but
So my counter to that would be is they have depth at receiver as well. They've got,
Mhm.
like I said, Quentin Johnston. They've got
I
Josh
think that's
Palmer.
number one target
who-
there.
Quentin
I think
Johnson.
he'll end up being number one receiver
If he can catch
yeah.
the ball.
They've got Josh Palmer. Jalen Guyton is back. He's healthy again. And they've got Gerald Everett, who's a decent pass catching tight end. Still has Austin Eckler. And then,
That's fair.
his ribs aren't broken.
Austin
So,
Eckler.
What is it with Chargers quarterbacks and
It's
ribs?
big.
yeah, I don't know.
Tyrod Taylor, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
All right,
Anyhow.
Rick. So who's your pick for offensive player of the year then?
My pick for offensive player of the year. Come back to me.
You're the last one.
Well, besides
Oh.
me, I'll go Justin Jefferson. I think without Dalvin Cook, they're going to lean on him quite a bit. He's going to get quite a bit of looks in that offense. He's going to be that offense. Let's be honest. Like, it's Minnesota without Dalvin Cook. I think Madison is not going to be the guy to do the whole year workload. So I think Justin Jefferson is the guy there and puts him in conversations for offensive MVP. Plus, you got to think he's also in a contract negotiation season. So
That's a
always
big
selling
factor.
for a contract.
That's a big factor.
So,
He's going to need Jordan Allison to have a big role to take some of that pressure off, though.
Sure.
just Team coverage every place he goes would be rough.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
get him
man.
out of the middle. I don't like that. Switch that
I
over.
don't like that. I don't know how to do that.
Ugh.
What did I miss?
The
Sorry.
bottom line sports says I'm
we're
still not
still
sold
here.
on Justin Herbert. He has the talent, but almost never shows up in big games. Almost Cousins 2.0. It's fair. No, each their own. I just think for me, the change in offensive coordinator is what does it for me. He has the talent. He has the receivers, and again, to the point of the health of the Chargers wide receivers, I think they have enough depth there that they can still lead an absolutely brutal aerial attack. So, man, offensive player of the year. I mean, tough to
you're
argue
still on
Justin
offensive
Jefferson.
Player of the year.
Yeah,
Well, because somebody changed their MVP.
yeah. I changed mine to Justin Herbert.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you make a hell of a case. I'd have a hard time making a case outside of Justin Jefferson. That's pretty solid.
Jamar Chase.
Justin Jefferson.
I think
What'd you say?
I think Jamar Chase is going to have a better year.
Quite possibly. Quite
Oh,
possibly.
Well, I spent $69 on him in a auction league.
Nice.
69. Ha ha, Keith. Ha.
I really did.
He spent
That's-
420 on Joe
not a
Burrow.
joke.
Hey.
All right. So, offensive player of the year is done. Defensive player of the year.
Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney.
The bottom line sports said we had Kellen with the Cowboys. Not impressed. No one lauded him until after the Cowboys let him go. Yeah, but again, you also had Dak Prescott, who we have a 7-year body of work of him falling apart and stuff being single-handedly his fault for the past 7 years.
I thought
Don't get-
Kellen Moore was like Jerry's guy too.
Yeah. I think that Justin Herbert is a more talented quarterback. He has more talent than Dak Prescott has. I think he's got a better arm, better decision making, better ceiling. I mean, hell, like again, Dak Prescott led the league in interceptions last year and missed 5 games in the process. Loses to Mr. Irrelevant the year before. Is single-handedly responsible for losing to Jimmy G at Jerry World in the playoffs. Obviously wasn't healthy. Had that brutal injury in 2021, but the year before that couldn't crack the playoffs in what was at the time the absolute worst division in football. So
Who put the
I
quarter in the
think
Rick
that-
hates the Cowboys
yeah,
machine?
yep. No, it's I think that Kellen Moore with Justin Herbert will be just fine. I think that
What up, Bo?
if they run a similar offense with that roster, the Chargers are better suited for that offense than the Cowboys ever were.
I hopped on Tuesday or Wednesday night. I don't know. Days don't matter. Time's a flat circle. with some NFC North homies on Football Talk with Bo. Part of
Whoa.
our
You give us
Let's
Tuesday 'cause I
Talk.
couldn't watch.
Yeah, that's right. Let's Talk Sports podcast network.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's a
Thanks
fun
for
show.
coming, Bo.
I was glad to be on.
While we're talking about these guys,
he-
Ed in Columbus, you're like a half hour from me, so glad I got to go here.
Blake's trying to
Yeah.
splish. He's trying to space dock.
For defensive player of the year, though, I got TJ Watt.
Oh, you beat me to it.
That's why I said it,
Oh, you bastard. Yeah, TJ Watt. Tell me about him.
because I think he's going to lead the league in sacks, and I think he's going to break the record this year.
I
If
actually
TJ
also have him as my comeback player of the year.
No, the comeback player of the year is locked. If
Who?
this player plays one game, he's winning comeback player of the year.
What, Alex Smith?
DeMar
DeMar
Hamlin.
Hamlin,
Why?
because he
What?
almost died on a
What
football
do you mean?
field.
What do you mean? Why? Hold on. Why?
If he plays one down,
The dude did die. Technically on the field,
He
he
did.
died. His heart stopped.
yeah.
Nobody's going to vote against him.
Yeah,
Why?
like that's his. That's his.
If-
It's his. He wins.
If TJ Watt gets 30 sacks, he's still not going to get comeback player of the year.
Is-
It's
that would
DeMar
be-
Hamlin.
I honestly don't even know. I actually thought you were joking. I didn't know he was actually even talking about playing again.
Oh yeah,
he's
no,
playing.
he's on
starting.
the roster. He
Yeah.
played against the Bears in the week 3, right?
I actually,
he
yeah,
played. You got to pick.
totally not paying attention. I wasn't. I thought I'm with football, honestly.
Hey, did you feed your hamster for the show?
Well, would he-
No, I
but
didn't.
Would he possibly be like a comeback player of the year candidate? DeMar
TJ?
Hamlin
We're talking
instead
about.
of- yeah, no,
Well,
DeMar Hamlin.
That's
Oh yeah, that's what
talking
I
about,
thought.
yeah.
That's what we were talking about. DeMar Hamlin.
Yeah, he's saying
like,
DeMar Hamlin over
is going to
TJ
win
Watt.
that
For,
comeback.
Brett, I thought he was saying for defensive player of the year.
No,
No,
my defensive
no,
player of the
no.
year is TJ Watt.
Yeah, and
Okay,
I
I was
was
about to say.
mad because I thought I had like my own guy, TJ. I was like, yeah.
No, I
Well,
think he's
good
going to
thing
break
TJ.
the sack record this year.
All right, so Danny agrees. So we got
Mhm.
Ryan or Rick.
Miles Garrett. It's his time.
Ooh.
Hmm.
The
He's got
Grim
second.
Reaper.
He's got second place odds from in Vegas right now on it.
Who's got
If-
one?
If not
This
him,
this one's gonna be.
my second choice, Micah Parsons.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
I-
man. Look, he's
I know,
a
but,
cowboy,
you know, it's-
but
Their defense
No,
is going
He
to be
is-
good.
he's a monster, and I think that as much as I hate the Cowboys, they have.
That's what I was reading. That's what I was
I
laughing
like I like Ed's breaking news.
Break
to
Ed
himself.
news.
Might be concussed.
Ed, you are awesome, man.
Word on the street is
Yeah.
Dak will bounce at the Texas Coast offense. We also got another really good playmaker in Cook.
That's very true.
This defense will keep us on in games. I feel good about our chances. Yeah, we'll see. Time will tell. My
You good
defensive
about your
player of
chances-
the year.
Hold on. Feel good about your chances to what make the playoffs and lose?
Yeah. Dak just doesn't do well when the lights are brightest. He is like Kirk Cousins in that regard.
Kirk
He's a
Cousins.
Did you
more
guys see
mobile
that
Kirk
story
Cousins.
about him that came out like 2 days ago or a day ago.
Where he got an 11-hour tattoo.
He got not
Yeah.
only did he get an 11-hour tattoo, he got sedated.
He got
for-
sedated.
for
Like a
11
little-
hours.
And he thinks he's hard because of it.
Pussy.
It's funny because you can't be like,
Hell of
oh,
a nap.
actually, yeah. Well, never mind. You can't do that tattoo anyway. Because you want to be awake for a tattoo too, and say, hey, no, that's not what I wanted. But I was gonna just, yeah,
So
it's a
Dak,
tattoo. You can't fix
just
it.
real quick since Bottom Line was saying that 2016 4 interceptions, 13 interceptions in 2017, 8 in 2018, 11, 4, 10, 15. So really, I mean,
So he's only going to have 9 interceptions this year.
I still think he gets double-digit interceptions.
Yeah.
I don't know if he gets 15, but I could see 10 to 12.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Sure, he won't throw 15, but and he has an actual number 2 receiver at his disposal now. Although he's getting a little long in the tooth, but I think
Who, Michael
Brandon
Gallup?
Cooks. No, Cooks.
I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah. No, so back to my defensive player of the year was last year's Defensive Rookie of the Year,
Oh.
Sauce Gardner.
You motherfucker.
Ha! Ha!
You motherfucker.
Sucker.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, all right, I got 2 for TJ. Ryan dropped out the fucking Myles Garrett. I was like, I'm safe on Sauce. I'm with Rick 100%. Give me Sauce, baby.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Micah Parsons is definitely a candidate, though.
Yes, bottom line, we all hate the Cowboys.
I don't hate
I'm
the
a-
Cowboys.
I'm a Packers fan. I hate the Cowboys.
I'm ambivalent towards them.
Yeah. I hate the Chiefs
I
more than the
think they can
Cowboys.
surprise.
I would sooner root for a team based out of North Korea than I would root for the Dallas Cowboys.
The Pyongyang Dennis Rodman super team.
Jesus.
Did you know what a good golfer he is over in North Korea? Kim
Pretty
Jong, whatever number.
Oh, I'm sure.
Most
Yeah, his
hole-in-ones
score is perfect.
Ever.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
'cause his
he
score's probably perfect.
he scored a course record 18 hole in one every hole.
Oh.
Dear leader,
But still
What
really
a-
impressive.
what an impressive specimen dear leader is.
It's amazing.
Rook, who's got the rookie of the year?
Ooh.
Offensive.
Offensive.
Crap, I didn't think about that.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Go.
So nobody takes your pick this time?
Yeah.
Bijan.
Yeah. I always go last. Not this time.
Bijan Robinson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
gonna-
cheating.
It's going to be really hard for anybody to, unless he gets injured, obviously.
Sure.
But it just, I can't see. The only person I could see outside of him is just because, like you were saying earlier, Rick, how he looked, Jahmyr Gibbs
Mm-hmm.
or Jordan Addison. Because I think Addison's going to top 1,000 yards this year as a rookie.
Quite possibly.
He's pulling all the twos now. You know, he's the number 2 in that offense. And that offense, they passed 4,500 yards last year for Cousins.
Yep.
And he's eating up targets, and he's better than Adam Thielen ever could have been.
And that just helps my offensive MVP. So I'm good with that.
I'd take Kim Jong over Dak in golf and football.
Oh, Dakota.
Yeah.
Anyone got an
Oh,
offensive rookie
Romeo
besides Bijan?
Dobbs. Wait, no, he's not a rookie.
He's not a
Not a
rookie.
rookie.
No.
Not going to be Christian Watson either.
You know what? I'll go
Also not
Jackson Smith. Njigba.
a rookie. Ooh, JSN.
That's
Just to be
where I
different.
was going.
Really?
You want me to change it? I'll change it for you.
Who, me?
No, for Rick.
No, I'll go Jahmyr Gibbs. I think that the talent is certainly there, and I think that Detroit's offense will suit him well. I think he'll play a better version of the DeAndre Swift role, which we've seen be productive before.
Sure.
Bottom line sports is Anthony Richardson.
I think he has the best statistic year out of the 3 quarterbacks. But if Bijan is what everybody says he is, he's got over 2,000 yards potentially with catches and rushes in an offense with a very good offensive line.
And that's where I think like Jahmyr Gibbs would probably have to be the number 2 odds-on favorite for this, because I mean the Lions have a top
Bryce
3
Young is
offensive
actually
line.
a number 2.
Yeah.
Like Vegas
Richardson's
odds.
3.
No, well, okay. I fair. I don't know. I think that Jahmyr Gibbs is set up similarly with the Lions offensive line.
But they got to give him the ball, though.
Sure.
Montgomery's probably going to get 250 touches this year.
It's possible, but I'm a firm believer that the talent more often than not rises up to the top.
I hope so.
Rises to the top. Oh yeah.
House of Smash.
Oh yeah.
But
Fuck is going
no, I think that he if he ends up working his way into a more prominent role, I mean shit, like last night was his literal first ever game. and
Yeah.
they already have a.
No, it
talented
wasn't. He
enough
played
running
football
back
in
there.
college. He played football in high school.
Shut
He's
the hell
never
up.
Why are you
played.
doing
He
that?
doesn't even know what football is.
It's
He
like
heard
it was
about
his
it, he
first
figured he'd give it a
literal
try.
game ever. He
This-
walked in.
This ball
he saw,
isn't
he saw a
round.
flyer. He saw a flyer on a
Yeah.
telephone.
But yeah, ultimately, I agree. Bijan has got to be the odds-on favorite, running back or otherwise. I'm just
I agree.
to be different.
Quickly, I'll just ride with Ryan. And one, because I think if they had to be a pass-heavy offense this year, I think it's just going to be all a bunch of passes. He's got to take away some of the load from Jefferson. That just makes the most sense to me. So
Oh, for Addison.
mhm.
I like it. I like it.
He's in the best situation of any of those rookie wide receivers. And it was a pretty
Yeah.
decent class of wide receivers that came out this year. And
Mhm.
like his spot where he's playing the number 2 to the best wide receiver in
Yeah.
football is with a guy that can throw it, you know. It's it'll be a fun. He's definitely on my list of players to watch this year.
I always like to
got
go
him on
back
a
at the end
couple
of the
of
season
rosters.
and look at these and see how wrong we were.
Yeah,
Just see how fucking awful.
Statistically, we have to be right about one thing.
There was an award winner.
At the
Yeah.
end of the year, one of our award winners are going to hit.
All right. So now it's the
Defensive rookie.
defensive rookie of the year. It's going to be Will Anderson.
You think?
Devin Witherspoon, Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. Took mine.
The
I love this
perfect
podcast.
evolution.
I think
Man,
I'm number 3. Ryan,
I'm
you're
not allowed to
number
have a
5.
beard, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Am
So
I
that's
the,
put me
am I
two?
the end goal?
So, no, Rick
My
is
two.
1, then
My 2.
2,
My t-
3.
two.
Blake is 4, then
What?
5. No, not like ranking them. I'm saying like the growth, the progression. Because
Yeah, I've got mine's pretty beastly right
I
now.
think
Just a
Ryan's
little longer
got
than
you.
mine?
Yeah, Ryan's got you covered, Blake.
Yeah.
We have no more
Ed-
break ed news.
Diop signs to the Titans so he could smash Will Levis's girlfriend.
She is hot.
She
She
is
is
hot.
hot.
Is she
She
male?
is right.
Hey,
on that.
Ryan, can you get a
She
picture?
was at the draft. She's at the draft. I'm gonna take that Will Anderson guy.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Will Anderson. Another vote for Will
I
Anderson.
typed in Will
Fine,
Levis,
Jalen Carter.
and the first thing that popped up is Will Levis' girlfriend.
Do it. Let's show us. I don't know what she looks
Gia
like.
Duddy.
She's hot.
She a duddy? What the hell?
She was at the
Dia-
draft.
Duddy. Is
Oh,
her
Dia
name.
Duddy. Oh, okay.
And Hopkins isn't easy. So I don't know if he could smash that. Well, he's got a lot.
No, but Zach Wilson might.
All right. So while Ryan pulls that up,
I'll
I'm not
pull this
gonna
out.
pull up
Some
a
picks.
pic-
You want coach of the year?
Yep.
no, because these fuckers will take 20 minutes on discussing it.
Yeah, let's get into picks.
I want to
Fine.
know
I had a
something
fun
real
thing for
quick.
coach of the year, but whatever.
I looked at a picture of her.
Make it short.
I can't pull it all the way up because it's on
not
Instagram when
short.
I'm on my computer.
Yeah.
Very attractive young lady, whatever.
Describe
How does
her.
Will Levis have 6-pack abs when he fucking puts mayo in his coffee?
What?
That's
You-
it. I'm
did
putting
you
mayo in
never
my
hear
coffee.
that?
What? No.
Yeah, dude, he drinks mayo in it with his coffee, and he's like afraid of milk or something. Like he's a
What?
fucking serial killer.
Yes.
All right.
I'd
Yeah,
rather put a raw egg in my coffee than
Yeah, no, fuck that. All right. So
mayo.
week 1, NFL picks. If you're watching this, this is not against the spread. This is just head to head. We do not
Mhm.
talk about
Wait.
spreads. What?
It's the money line.
we forgot about two things. First, we already know comeback player of the year is DeMar Hamlin. Just real quick to touch on that, his Vegas odds are -700. Second place is John Mechie at +1600. So Vegas is
They've
he's
decided.
a lot. And then coach of the year.
So
I think
my
Pete
thing
Carroll
with coach of the
needs
year
one.
is if anybody in the NFC North besides the Vikings win, they should win Coach of the Year, whether it be Eva Frews, Dan Campbell, or Matt LaFleur somehow.
I would see Dan Campbell.
If they win the North and it's not the Vikings, because it should be the Vikings, really.
So the top 6 Vegas odds for Coach of the Year, 3 of the top 6 are NFC North guys. Dan Campbell,
Are they?
and you got Sean Payton, Flus, Arthur Smith, who's a sneaky good pick if they can do something with Bijan, Robert Saleh,
Salah.
Follow.
and
Call him
then
Saleh.
Matt LaFleur.
Because if
Matt
Matt
the
can
Flower.
if Matt LaFleur can take Jordan Love to the division championship, he should be Coach of the Year. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That's not me saying it's going to happen. But if he does,
I'm pretty sure the odds have super swung in Campbell's favor after last night.
Yeah.
Which we'll see.
No.
I like that Flus is getting he's getting some love from Vegas. Anyway,
Good with it. I'm good
week
with
1
it.
picks. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure we touched on Coach of the Year.
You're good. You're good. All right. So week 1 picks. These are not against the spread or against the money line. This is just head to head. Who we think wins, who we think loses. All right. First game on the docket. Bengals head up to Cleveland to play the Browns. Ryan,
Bengals.
Rick,
Bengals.
Danny.
So the Bengals are my number 2 team. The last couple of years, they take a few games to get into rhythm. So I'm gonna go with the Browns on this one. This is kind of my big upset game.
Really?
This is like this is my big Colts beating Kansas City game. Like it won't matter the end of the year. Bengals are gonna win the NFC North, but I think they lose the first game.
Keith.
Bengals.
I go
Rick.
Bengals
Blake.
as well. If Joey B wasn't playing, I think the Browns have a shot, but I think this is
if-
Joey B's game.
If Burrow doesn't play, I was taking Browns.
Bro,
All right. Texans heading over to Baltimore to play the Ravens.
Come on, Ravens.
Ravens
Lock
by
of the
bloodbath.
Yeah,
That's my lock.
Ravens. We'll go.
Ravens.
Heading Columbus says-
Am I really cut up, by the way?
No, we need to. Watson massages the ball. Browns offense gets on track. Go Browns.
Yeah, I got to be on Ed's good favor now. I picked the Browns with the Bengals.
There we
Well,
go.
there.
Bottom line, thank you. 10 games is my ceiling for the Lions. I don't think that they're as good as people think they are.
Fair enough.
I'll give
I
them
did
11.
call that upset though.
You did.
You did. I will give that to you.
Yeah, see,
Not-
people
we
are starting
all
to come my
not
way on the
discounting
Browns
that
this
at
first
all.
week. Come on,
All
my
Bengals have
here
struggled
for
with the Browns the last few years, and Burrow is always a little off early in the season, says Bottom Line Sports.
Yeah,
Not this year. Not with an MVP coming.
Not so safe. Your picks are they? All right. What do
All
we got
right.
next?
Tampa Buccaneers heading up to US Bank Stadium to play the Minnesota Vikings. Baker makes his debut as a Buccaneer. Rick.
Likes. Oh, Rick.
Vikings.
Ryan.
But I could see an upset happening with this because the Vikings defense is piss awful.
I'm gonna
Rick,
take
you said-
Vikings.
or Ryan, you said Vikings.
Yeah.
Keith.
This is my upset of the week. I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Ooh, spicy.
I think Minnesota
Baker.
wins this. Tampa's got 2.
I hope we should all if whatever game comes up, if it's your upset of the week, like call it out. And if we go undefeated as a show on upset, that's going to be nuts.
If we go undefeated as a show week 1, all right,
Mhm.
Danny and I are both absolved from having to do our ice bath.
No,
No,
I
no.
will come to
Nope.
your house and help you, Blake.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Brian. That's your name.
he will bathe you at your
That's
house, Ryan.
fine. I'm not. Gonna
Oh,
take
for
it.
those who are coming to the show, there's a lot of new people are here. We have a fantasy football league. 4 of the
Not
5
we.
of us are in. Me,
Not
and
not
Ryan,
we. Not we. I'm looking at you, Rick.
Yeah, Ryan and me have a bet because we're going
Next
head to
year,
head this week.
Week
The
1
loser
game
has
of the
to take
week. My first
An
fucking week in the league.
Yeah,
First game.
loser
in the
has to
league.
take an ice bath on the show next week for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
no
if you want to
less
see
than
Ryan's
5
nipples very, very hard, and
I'm putting one of
blue,
my wife's swimsuits
streaming
on.
next week with us.
And either me or Blake are eating cold baked beans out of pan.
Yeah. Oh, is that happening?
If you have a chance, go back and look at some of our older episodes, like some of us that have had like game of the weeks that we've had to do punishments for here on the show. It's pretty great. Danny
We've
had
had
to
2 punishments, right?
Three.
me with the
Three.
oh yeah, 3.
Because
me
I
with
had
the,
waxed twice.
The shitty Cheryl and Danny
No.
getting waxed twice. How about
shame.
anyone who loses it? I
No.
already have to because of my job.
Yeah.
No one
That's
wants to see Ryan clean shaven.
I've been thinking about doing the
Blake.
porn stash for a while. That should be a bet.
Blake.
sometime.
What? No.
Mustache
Absolutely
bet.
not.
Mustache bet.
Absolutely not.
I should talk to
Absolutely
Tom. We should
not.
do a mustache bet. Because me and
Tom got a
Mustache
bet.
Yeah.
Blake.
I got him to do a mustache.
You gotta remember,
Any
that would
kind
be a
of
great
mustache
one.
literally
you want.
getting ready to start traveling for work, and I gotta like walk into like business, you know,
That's
have
actually
face-to-face meetings with.
I don't do
customers.
punishments. I'm a Browns fan. I've suffered enough since in Columbus.
Touche.
Hey, Ed,
All right,
I'm a Niners fan. I get it.
Panthers heading
Next.
to Atlanta to play the Falcons.
Panthers.
I think this game is going to suck.
Yeah, but I'm taking
Falcons.
Panthers. Okay.
Falcons.
This can't be
Falcons.
anyone's upset of the week, by the way. You can't just.
Yeah.
I already called my upset of the week.
This is a game.
I'm just saying.
I
this for
got
the guys who haven't.
Falcons. They're playing in Atlanta.
In Atlanta, yes.
Yeah, give me the Falcons.
Cardinals
Blake?
head over to
Who'd you pick, Blake?
DC. Falcons. I'm riding with Desmond. Come on now.
Oh yeah, of course.
Who's riding a motorcycle while on the show?
That's on my. I live in the hood.
I
I don't think it's. I think that's a. Pretty sure that's a quad.
Oh, good. All right, so Cardinals head up to Washington to play the Commanders.
Washington. Duh.
Washington.
Washington.
As the Cardinals start their journey to the #1 overall draft pick.
Quite possible.
Very possibly.
Quite
Yeah.
possible.
Rick could go bearded if he tried anyway. Bethany took
Bethany's his wife.
Yeah, that's how
And
observant of
see,
you.
that's where I'm at with this too. Bottom line, I think the Falcons actually make the playoffs this year.
Not so much for me.
All right, what's
I'm
next?
happy to be wrong about that, though.
Jags head up to Indy to play the Colts.
Give me the
Number one.
Jags.
Yeah.
Jags by bloodbath.
Yeah. It's a Jaguar.
Give me Indy.
Oh, is this your upset of the week?
Give me Indy.
I call
you
upset
got
of the
another
week.
one? Okay.
There's Blake's upset of the week.
Hell yeah.
Gotta have one, right?
Sure.
Raiders head over to Denver. Head up to Denver to play the Broncos.
This is also going to be another shit game.
Give me the Broncos.
Yeah.
Let's
Give me the
ride.
Broncos.
The Raiders. I'll take the Raiders. Yeah, I think.
Josh Jacobs, he's paid, right?
Yeah.
He's playing.
Yes, he's playing.
Mhm.
Is Jimmy playing?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo. Man, that's a hard one. This is a game I don't want to pick. Can I pick a tie?
Sure.
Well, technically it is NFL, so yes.
Technically, yeah. No, I'll go Raiders, but this isn't an upset to me. I'm upset.
I don't think it's an upset.
I think it's going to be a low scoring game, too.
The over under
Boring
on this
game.
one set at 43.
Yeah.
You know what?
Got the
Actually, I'm gonna go Denver. I'm gonna go Denver. I think
It is in
defense
Denver.
plays a little better.
Fine, I'll be here by myself. With the
I
Raiders.
said Raiders, bro.
Oh, did you? Oh, you're so quiet. I was like, that's not
I'm with
Raiders.
you.
I'm sorry.
I'm with
Your
you.
your mouth is below the screen somewhere. Like "We're Raiders.
Eagles
Broncos
head up to
Did you do the
Foxborough.
Niners Steelers one yet?
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Skip.
Eagle versus
Give me
What
Patriots.
the fuck was that, Keith?
That wasn't.
That
Huh?
was crazy.
Did
What did I
everybody
do?
else
Do it
ask
again.
me?
I don't even know what I
heard
did.
it. No, you just you glitched out for a second. And you're like,
Sorry.
We're doing Eagles Pats. Eagles Pats. Is
Yes.
Yep.
that what we're doing?
Eagles Pats.
In
The
I'll agree
Patriots.
to that.
Sorry, Johnny boy.
Eagles.
Jalen Hurts going to have a big game. Start his MVP season.
Jimmy G
49ers,
bangs porn stars in this weekend. This week TDs. Just win, baby.
Yeah, but that's his touchdown celebration. That's not big, That's
He just grabs a random MILF and heads down the tunnel.
49ers head to Pittsburgh.
Niners.
Here's my upset.
Niners.
Here's
yeah,
my
I like that
Oh.
upset. Yeah. Yeah,
Steelers.
buddy.
Give me the Steelers over the Niners.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy comes back to earth.
Take
The 49ers regret letting Jimmy Garoppolo walk.
Is it still your upset of the week if I join you there?
No?
Okay, I'll join you. Well, I was taking the Steelers too. I think the Steelers
you
are
gotta-
underrated.
All right.
You're gonna go with us too, Rick?
No, I was gonna. I was hoping we would all have different upsets.
Yeah. Oh,
I thought Danny did have his upset. His
That's-
upset of the
he-
week.
His upset
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
Browns over the Bengals.
no, that's not my up. I already have my own upset. I'm
Okay.
picking the Browns.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's right, that's
I'm
right.
also picking the Steelers, but I didn't want to
Gotcha.
ruin Ryan's upset.
I gotcha.
The Steelers are my upset.
Who are you taking here, Rick?
The Niners.
Keith?
I said Niners.
Oh, my bad.
You're the tiebreaker.
I'm also on the Niners here. I'm on the Niners. They just got too much talent. Even if Brock Purdy comes back to earth, they had too much talent in that offense, I think.
I mean, that's
Rams head up to Seattle. Cronky and his pineapple going to waddle their asses into some
Where's
Empower
Pineapple?
Field.
Is it all the way up there?
Yes.
So is the pineapple in Cronky's prison pocket?
Yes, it
Yep.
is.
Yes, it is. And I cannot wait to watch how LA give even less of a shit about the Rams this year.
Yes.
They're going to be terrible. The Rams are going to be fighting with the Arizona Cardinals for the number 1 overall pick.
Pittsburgh.
Brock will be the purtiest person in Pittsburgh. I tell you what, like there's some very Danny-esque humor coming out of Ed and Columbus.
Yeah.
There is.
You guys from
Yeah.
Columbus and
These
hate
Ohio
the
boys, man.
Yeah.
Something in the water. Like there is something in the water. I don't know if you've seen. Ohio has rivers that burn all the time. So
Yeah.
Jesus.
it's
literally
'cause-
something in the
That's
water.
because of that train crash, and we're very about that East.
Bottom line
Palestine.
says if Kittle's
Thanks for
out, the
bringing that
Niners will struggle on offense. I don't know that I agree with that. They've got plenty of other weapons. Perhaps
Ki-
you've heard of Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. I don't know.
I kind of
Just to name
hope
a few.
Kittle doesn't play because I have
Is
Samuel.
Kittle questionable right now?
I need
Yes.
him to play, and I need him to
Kittle-
catch exactly
Kittle's
two
always
passes.
questionable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why'd you
So I had a player prop for Kittle this week on Prize Picks, and I took the under on. It was a weird one too. It was like within his first 2 receptions, I took the under on 22.5 yards for Kittle.
Yeah, I saw that on your list that you posted in
Yeah.
one of the group chats, and
But he
That's,
has to actually
that's
play.
cool.
So I
Yeah.
hope he plays, and I hope that he gets 2 passes for his first 2 catches go for 21 yards or less.
I got the Seahawks in this game.
Yeah, Seahawks by bloodbath.
No upsets.
Oh no.
No upset here. I got
Yeah.
Seattle. 12s, go 12s. All 12.
I guess our
fans.
first unanimous.
There you go, Blake.
I think this is actually our first. No, because we were
I
pretty.
mean,
united.
something
Oh,
like the more
pick the
obvious,
Eagles.
like
I guess the
Panthers,
Ravens. We were
or
all
excuse me,
unanimous.
Ravens over Texans.
Ravens.
We all picked the Eagles.
Eagles over New England. All right.
New England, yeah.
Miami
We had a pick
heading
the Colts.
over to Los Angeles to play the Chargers in a potential AFC title match.
I was gonna say this is gonna be a good game.
This should
I
be
think it's
the
gonna
most
be a
fun
great-
game of the slate to watch.
It should
Yeah.
be.
I will not.
But I'm
be
not watching
this
it.
game.
I'm not watching this game.
Is this a primetime game by chance?
It's-
I mean,
It's
not
just
prime
on at the
time.
same time as
25.
Bears Packers.
Yeah,
No, oh, but is it like?
No.
Oh,
it's
No,
an
it's-
afternoon game,
An afternoon
like
game.
late afternoon.
Go, Finn.
But I am going to take the Chargers.
Yep.
Just because the Dolphins have to travel across country, and they're going to be a little jet lagged. I know it's the first game of the week.
hmm
Yeah.
But you had
But I'm
a
still
few
taking the
weeks
Chargers.
to get over it.
Go
Still
Fins.
taking the trip.
Give me the
I'm gonna-
Chargers.
Tua's already concussed, Blake. He put his
Yeah, he
helmet
put a
on.
helmet on. Remember?
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh.
I
when Tua
agree.
goes
I
fucking
agree
off this
here,
year and
bottom
wins the
line.
Heisman.
With
Gino has an expiration date. I don't know. I think he'll be okay this year. I think that they have a good.
He's
enough
got enough
supporting-
weapons.
Yeah, they've got a good enough supporting cast there that I think he'll be fine. Is he going to be like an MVP type quarterback? No, but I think he'll be fine this year.
And that Bobo guy.
Yeah, Bobo, Jake
Yeah,
Bobo.
let's talk about. Yeah, I think that's
he's been
looking
fun to
pretty good,
watch.
man. They already had 3. I mean, their rookie wide receivers out for a few weeks, but I don't think they're going to miss a beat with Bobo.
Yeah,
The 3-headed monster is still going to be a monster.
6'4",
And Zach Charbonnet.
Am I alone
207.
on Miami?
Oh, I'll take Miami with you. But not. I'll take him. That was my pick. I'm going with Miami.
Oh shit! Me and Jake Bobo got the same birthday. Let's go.
Oh
Bobo.
no!
nah, I think you're older.
I mean, yeah, much
You look
much older. 13 years older.
All right.
older
And then the
than
game that
every
everyone cares about.
totally.
Biggest game of the week.
Cowboys Giants.
Oh, you're right. We need to cover that one first. Cowboys Giants.
This is gonna be a good one. I think.
It's a good Sunday night game. It'll be fun.
Yeah, it's a very good,
Because it's COVID.
very good Sunday night game. I
Are
don't
they
think
playing in New
actually-
York or Dallas?
New York.
Technically, they're not playing in
In
either.
New
Or
York.
what?
in New Jersey.
East Rutherford, New
Are they
Jersey.
playing at MetLife or Jerry World?
MetLife.
Okay.
MetLife.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys by a lot in this game.
Mhm.
Really?
They got a
E2
better
percent.
defense.
Ooh.
Giants have all of their wide receivers are hurt.
Take Miami or Will Smith will slap you. Welcome.
I didn't talk about his wife.
Party in the city where the heat is on.
We did skip a
Song,
game, by the
low,
way.
like low key. That song.
I'll tell you what, man. Ed, I hope that you come back
Yeah.
to the show. I'm just gonna go ahead and speak on behalf of the show. You have a seat anytime you want, man. Blake might get pissed off at me for saying that. But Ed, you've got a seat on the show. If you need a vote of confidence, I'll put in a good word for you with Blake.
What did we skip, Keith? Oh, Titans.
Titans Saints.
Shit, we still haven't finished Dallas and New York.
I'm taking Dallas. We'll make it quick.
Ooh.
You don't have to make it quick.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas.
Keith's
for
the new
sure.
executive producer of the show, guys.
I'm trying to keep us in line. Okay, leave me alone. I'm just over here like wrapping
Cowboys win. Daniel Jones plays well, and it stays close early.
What up, Robert?
What up, Robert?
Hey!
Wrong, Robert.
Robert.
Let's do it good.
Roberto.
He's
What
listening.
do you got,
I
Blake?
got Giants.
You got the Giants?
You'll take the Giants. Okay.
Are you taking the
What's-
Giants for any reason other than to be a combative asshole?
Well, I'm taking the Giants for one reason, Ryan, and it's
Fuck the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, see, yeah, okay.
As much as I want to shit on the Cowboys, I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one, but I think they split the series this season with Dallas.
I'll ride
I
this
think
bitch one alone. Fine.
that,
You-
I
you-
think that Daniel
alone.
Jones with Brian Dable, I think second another year under him. I think that the Giants are going to take a step forward this year. Like I've actually got them finishing second in the division behind the Eagles.
Are you
At
still
some-
taking the Giants without Darren Waller?
Darren Waller's not a
Yeah,
factor.
Blake.
I don't think Darren Waller.
Waller is questionable. Wandale Robinson is most likely out. He's doubtful right now. You've got two other wide receivers that are out. Like
I'm going to go on.
Are you done trying to sell me? Because I'll sell you. Ready? You know what
Dak
Dallas
Prescott
has?
is playing.
Dak Prescott.
doesn't matter.
You guys
It
got
does
to
matter.
terms with the fact the Cowboys are going to be a contender this year. Somewhere in the season, you're just going to be like, actually, you know what? Cowboys don't suck.
All Blake
Danny,
is
that will
doing.
never happen.
All Blake is doing is pushing me to be me to be more of a Cowboys believer now.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Kick his ass out of the show.
Who, me?
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Quick thing about Darren Waller. I'm going to go on a limb and say this is the last year that he's a starter.
Really?
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
That's a spicy take.
Yeah.
He's 30.
I think he's not going to show hardly any stats this year. He's going to just visible in fantasy football, and I think this.
You know, Daniel Jones
He's
loves
going to
his tight
stay.
ends,
He's
right?
going to play another year, kind of as a journeyman somewhere, but I think it's it for him.
Daniel Jones is a low ceiling, but hasn't reached it. Giants finished third with a possible wild card.
I think that's kind of how I finished when we
kinda
called
like
the
last year.
division earlier this month.
No step forward, just about the same, similar as last year. I think that's a reasonable take.
Saints,
Jimmy
Titans.
hates the-
Saints, Titans. Give me the Saints.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints here.
I'm taking the Saints. Sorry, Rob.
Give me the Saints for that division too.
And
Yeah.
here's another thing too. All right, if DeMar Hamlin never plays a snap, I think Michael Thomas could win Comeback Player of the Year.
I don't see it.
I don't think he wants to play.
Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
He's ready, dude. He's geared up.
You slant boy.
Slant boy. Doesn't matter. They got Olave now. They got some other guy. I
mean,
think
Tennessee here.
That one other guy.
I think he's got a sprinkle of Antonio Brown in him, and he's just going to be like, "Oh yeah, my ankle's kind of hurting."
I hope it's just a sprinkle and not a lot, because
Yeah.
Antonio
Yeah,
Brown.
I got cock flapping people.
Shit, man. Did y'all see that article I shared with y'all about the whole thing with him with the that
Yes.
arena football team?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Jesus.
I got Titans here.
Hey,
All right,
Shit.
So then we got 2 games left. You got You got Titans.
He's got the Titans over
Okay,
the
I can
Saints.
see that. I can see that.
It's a Mike Vrabel coach team.
Yeah, fair.
I'm going to say Saints, but by 1 score. Like it's going to come down to like a field goal, like the last drive of the game.
Williams smashed with Kamara out and Miller
Williams.
banged up.
Seriously, if
Miller.
you've got Jamal Williams on your bench,
You're
put
an
him
idiot.
into your lineup.
Or if
Now.
you drafted Jonathan Taylor in fantasy football, Jamal Williams would be a good little placeholder for him until he gets back.
It's going to be a low scoring game though. It's going to be like 20-10.
Yes.
14. Yeah.
I've got in one of my leagues, I have my 2 receivers are Tyreek Hill and Chris Olave. I think that this year is probably going to be the cheapest that you're going to get Olave in a fantasy draft. I think he'll be in
Yeah,
conversation for a first round pick next year.
What's
I think I have that
wild?
combination too.
What's
actually.
wild is he had pretty close to the same kind of a season that Garrett Wilson had down there
Until he got hurt.
last year until he got hurt.
Yep.
So I think it'll be a good battle to watch those 2 guys throughout their years. Same draft class, both immensely talented wide receivers. 2 games left.
Same school as well, by the way.
Yeah.
2 games left. The most
You wanna
important
talk-
game of the
You
week.
want to talk about Monday night and then talk about our game?
Yeah, let's go Monday night.
I love it.
We're holding it off. We're holding off the
Hold on to your butts.
the
It's
Fox
okay. I'm not
game
alone.
of
I
the
won't be
week.
alone.
Yeah,
Unless
we
Danny
know
flipped on me.
Danny's taking Packers. We know that. So Bills head to somewhere to play the Jets.
New York or
The
New
only New York
Jersey.
team is playing this
New
week.
Jersey. I'm sorry. New Jersey. I'm
Nope.
sorry.
Oh, the
They're
Jets.
playing
How
they're playing at MetLife.
Wow.
In
Both games are in MetLife. That's crazy.
Yeah, Sunday night game, Monday night game.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They can turn that around pretty
It's a
quick.
quick
That field's going to
turnaround.
be a shit show.
Yep.
yes, it will be.
Probably
Because
not
that
the
field
first
is
time they've
already
had to do
pretty
that.
shitty.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that field is already in pretty shitty condition. So imagine having a Sunday night game and then the next day having to patch it up as best as you can.
Because you're going to have to remove all the paint
Yep.
off
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
field.
All
That's
right.
going to be a shit show.
Bills Jets. Does Rodgers win his debut?
No.
No,
Yeah. I'm not going with them either.
give me the Bills.
Ugh. Man, this could be an upset here too, because Vegas likes the Bills to win.
The Jets will be overrated.
The
What?
Jets will be. Yeah,
overrated.
I agree.
The Jets are overrated.
But you know who else is kind of overrated?
The
The
Bills.
Bills.
The Bills.
I think we said that at one point last year, and then they came out and scored like 75 points the next week. And we were like, all right, we won't do that again.
Honestly, I'll
It's
go.
gonna be
I'll
Bills
I'll
again.
zag. I'll zag here. I'm going Jets. I think Aaron
Oh,
Rodgers
shit.
comes out at home. He's got more weapons than he's ever had in his life.
That's not true.
Yeah.
That's not true.
It's the same
pretty
weapons he had in
true.
Green Bay. He
Not
just brought him
fucking-
over.
It's not true. It's
It's
not true.
literally the
Pretty
same fucking
true.
people.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
not
got
true.
Garrett
He's got the guys he
Wilson.
had in Green Bay and Garrett Wilson.
Exactly.
It's the Green Bay Jets.
Exactly. And Dalvin Cook.
And
Brees
Dalvin
Hall.
Cook.
I
Brees
heard
Hall,
the
maybe.
Jets put in a trademark request to change their shade of green.
To like baby shit green.
No, to get closer to that ugly ass Green Bay green.
Oh.
You know what? Actually,
Blake, that's
fuck
not
Aaron
nice.
Rodgers. He's the bad man. Bills.
He is the bad man. Give me the
Give me
Bills.
the Bills.
Look at these fucking weapons he had. Don't fucking.
What were you saying, Keith? Can't hear you.
Keith, where'd you go?
I got lost in the upside down.
All right, last game of the week. Big one for us here on the show, as we are, Bears Packers
agree.
fans,
Bottom line.
minus the two Seahawks guys.
Ugh.
Bears Packers.
Lay out your
Love makes
grievances,
his
boys.
debut.
Let's let Danny and Rick throw their picks out first because they don't have anything riding on this.
Go ahead, Danny.
I'm gonna pick the Green Bay Packers. I feel like the
How many touchdowns
Bears-
does Christian Watson have? 2 or 3?
0, you jackass.
I'm going with Green only because I don't know what their ceiling is. I feel like it's such a big question mark, and I think we know we're pretty close to knowing what the Bears' identity is, and I really don't think it's going to be. I think they're going to take a step forward, but not that much from last year. But I think the Packers are such an unknown this year that I think that there's a better chance that they're that unknown is going to be better than the Bears. So I'm going with.
Thank you
Okay.
for your opinion. You are wrong. Next, Rick.
I am going to take the Chicago Bears.
Atta fucking boy!
All right.
I think, hang on. He got to speak.
Bear
his piece. He was speaking mine.
down, Chicago
Whatever.
Bears.
Hold on, Rick.
all right.
Guys on top versus guys.
Go ahead, Rick. You
I don't need the whole screen.
Floor
to
is
myself.
yours. Tell us
you
about
picked
why
our
you
team.
voted
You
for
get
Oh,
your whole
man.
screen.
All right, no, but I was just going to say, I mean, you have Christian Watson, who has he already been like completely ruled out?
He's out.
Okay, yeah, so he's out. Romeo Dobbs is
Oh.
questionable.
It's weird.
I think, and then, well, I mean, potential pivot if you're still like a Mark Andrews owner and Isaiah Likely's not out there. You could have a potential like Sam Laporta type of game out of Luke Musgrave. If you need to pivot on tight end. But no, I like the Bears in this one. I think that they're going to take a step forward. They have a number 1 receiver in DJ Moore. I think Darnell Mooney is a fine number 2 receiver. I'm interested to see how that backfield of theirs shakes out between Khalil Herbert. I don't think that as admirably as he performed last year, I don't see Deontay Foreman being anything more than a number 2 at best. And then Roshan Johnson. I'm interested to see, kind of how they play their hand with that 3-headed monster at running back. But I like and then Cole Kmet, I think, is kind of an underrated tight end. So
Yes.
I am rooting for Mooney. He's on my fantasy football team. He's my late pick. I'm really hoping that he becomes one of my starters.
but that said,
Mooney,
like, I don't know how much
statistically-
of their
Go ahead, Rick. Sorry.
I was going to say, I don't know how much of their defense that the Packers lost in the offseason, but they have a little bit of an underrated defense.
We lost none of our defense.
Okay. Yeah. I think they have a little bit of an underrated defense. They have a decent defense. I don't trust
I take that back.
Jordan Love in, whatever depth they have at receiver or lack thereof. I think this will be a good game to play. Aaron Jones or AJ Dillon, I think their 2 backs are going to be relied on pretty heavily this game. So
For sure. Yeah. From a fantasy standpoint in this game, I think that the guys to target are going to be, and I don't know how the backfield shakes out this year. I don't know if it's still AJ as the dog with Dylan Quadzilla coming in, like he has been, but one of those two guys, I think you could start either this week in fantasy and be happy. The Bears front seven, or not our front seven, but our defensive line isn't that great.
Not until we get Chris Jones.
And then
Let's get over it.
on the Bears side, you guys were talking about Darnell Mooney
Mhm.
a lot, and I think moving him to slot, he's going to shine in that spot this year.
I like
He's got the build and the speed to be a really, really good slot receiver.
And I mean, Chase Claypool isn't the worst number 3 receiver you could have.
Claypool is technically the 2 there because he's going to be the other outside.
Yeah, Mooney's a
receiver.
slot.
Okay, fair enough.
Mooney's your slot, and then Tyler Scott is actually Claypool's backup. So,
Cincinnati
whatever.
Bearcat.
Yep.
No, I
That
think
dude's fast too. Holy shit, that guy's fast.
Yeah, I think that the Bears win this one pretty handily.
Keith,
Why me next?
because it's my show.
Yeah. And I'm here more than anybody else. So
And so who I'm picking? I'm picking the Packers. I'm not going to pick them as I told you the other day, 28-21 or whatever I told you. I don't remember what I told you. With Watson out, I'm going to scale that back just by 1 score. I think our offense is going to click and we're going to be okay. I think our defense is going to wreak havoc on Justin Fields. Rashawn Gary is healthy. Your offensive line is banged up. It is.
it is.
Your offensive line is banged up. I think Rashawn Gary. Well, I saw your eyes. Rashawn Gary is gonna wreak havoc. Luke Van Ness is gonna have a game. Who's our rookie?
Iowa boy.
And I said it 3 days ago. DJ Moore is not Justin Jefferson, and Jair
No.
shut Justin Jefferson down when he was matched up with him 1-on-1. If he's matched up with DJ Moore 1-on-1, he will shut him down. So you have to have Mooney and Chase Claypool beat us.
And Komet.
And Komet, whatever. I like our young receivers. I like Wicks. I like Dobbs. I like all of our receivers. I like our young tight ends. I like the fact that
I like
I've
the
seen
tight end.
Jordan Love is not afraid to throw the ball down the seam like
Sounds
another.
Keith is trying to convince us or himself.
I think Keith's trying to convince himself.
I think so too.
I'm not convincing myself. I haven't wavered from picking the Packers
That's true.
one time, and I won't.
I mean,
You guys know I'm straight up.
You wavered a little bit last week because we're talking about
Well, because I don't want to eat
drinking
freaking
a can of beans.
Yeah, he didn't want to eat cans from the
See,
bean.
that's
I
wavering
don't
though, because you won't even
beans from a
consider them
can.
watching Blake eating beans from a can.
It's unsanitary. It's just unsafe.
It is.
I will
It
eat-
is unsafe.
Have faith in your own words and have faith in your team. Be like, I'm not gonna have to drink
the
beans
Packers.
because I'm gonna win.
I'm still taking the Packers by 1 score. Shut up, Dan.
Ryan, who you got?
He already went.
No,
Not really. I think it's
okay,
the
go ahead.
Bears, obviously.
Obviously.
I'm picking the Bears to win. I'm picking them to win decisively. I think that the Packers, Jordan Love he can throw the ball down the seam. He can have a great season, but Jordan Love is not Aaron Rodgers.
he doesn't have to be.
I think he does, though.
He doesn't have to be.
Not
I
to
think he
beat the
does.
Bears.
No, he
Yeah,
doesn't
he
have
does.
Fuck you, Danny.
By the way, Bottom Line Sports says Packers are great at their pull-up
I
game.
saw that. I didn't put it up there though,
That's all right.
because I think that the Bears across the board are going to be the better team this year than the Packers, and I'm not doing it as a fuck the Packers thing. It's our defensive front might not be as great right now, but there's a lot of potential talent on that team, on that front, and our linebacking core and our secondary, I think, are super fucking underrated right now. I think
I'll give you that.
Tyreek Stevenson has an opportunity to at least get a vote, for defensive rookie of the year if he plays the way that I think he can. He's a second-round pick, cornerback out of Miami. I like him a lot. But I also think that Darnell Mooney's going to eat up against the middle there. I think that no matter how many people they rush at Fields knows how to escape. But now Fields has a dude down the field that also knows how to just keep the play going and get open. And so he doesn't have to take off and run. He just has to scramble enough for DJ Moore to get just a little bit open. And what was Justin Fields in college? He was the best deep ball passer in that draft class. What has Justin Fields been in his NFL career outside of a scrambling quarterback? He's been very good at throwing a deep ball. So I don't think that the comparison there with Jair and Justin Jefferson and Jair and DJ Moore is completely fair, because in a vacuum, if you're putting those two players together, yes, DJ Moore's not Justin Jefferson. Nobody's Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's the best wide receiver in football. But what DJ Moore has is he's got a quarterback that can extend the play much longer than Kirk Cousins can.
Yep.
Right? Which you give him more time. Not only that, now you've also got Cole Kmet. He knows how to get open. Mooney and Fields have been together for 3 years now. So that's where I'm at. Fields also did have 3 first-rounders at wide receiver. He has played with a lot of talent in college, and that's why he was so highly touted.
Correct. So I think one thing that a lot of people forget is that, yes, the Bears had the worst record in football last year. 3-14, first overall pick. What a lot of people forget is that 7 of those losses were by 3 points or less, including losses to the Eagles and the Bills. So this team, while I get it, they were not a good team last year. They had issues across the board. They didn't have a true wide receiver one.
I'm not laughing at you, Blake. I'm sorry.
They didn't.
No, I'm not laughing at you.
So I think a lot of people are like, oh, the Bears, they were the worst team in football. Yeah, we had the worst record in football. Were we the worst team in football last year? No, I don't think we were. This team got better in the offseason. If Fields takes that step or that leap that we're hoping and expecting and everyone has said we'll see, then I don't think this game's close. If that's the case, then the game won't be close. I do see a world where Green Bay channels their bullshit game plan from a couple years ago with Mitchell Trubisky, where they're like, oh, we're just going to make him beat us with his arm. I don't think that's going to work with Justin as well as it worked with Mitchell, because he's got better targets and he's got a better arm.
Bears, baby. Bears.
What do you say?
He said, Ryan, what happened? We were on the same page. And it went south with the Bears versus Packers.
And there you have
I'm
it.
a big Bears fan.
Oh, shoot. Not to change the subject, but one real quick, one thing I did kind of want to plug. So I finally got the new Madden on, and I got a new next-gen console as well for free, which was awesome.
Nice. That's all he wanted to do, by the way. He wanted to get on here and brag that he got
That's why he wasn't here last week.
No, I just got it like 2 days ago. But anyhow, no, what I will give them credit for, one thing that, and this is just a very, very small thing, but one thing I was kind of impressed with, I'm a big franchise mode player, and I relocated a team to St. Louis. Now, unfortunately, they don't give you the option to create your own team as far where you design a logo. Did you move? I moved I don't remember. I think I just picked because I did a fantasy draft. So I moved that's what it was. I moved the Commanders to St. Louis because I wanted to be in the same division as the Cowboys so I could beat their ass twice a year.
Touche.
So I moved them to St. Louis, and it used to be on all the old Madden, well, not all of them, but for like the past decade, you had only certain cities could you rebrand the team, and you were limited to like 3 different teams. Well, now with the new Madden, they've added some crazy relocation cities like Tokyo and like Anchorage, Alaska.
Oh, that's
And
Anchorage would be sweet.
and the entirety of like every relocation branding option is available at every city. So I made the St. Louis Shamrocks, and
Nice.
nice.
I thought it was actually pretty cool. Like instead of saying, "All right, now it's the Cincinnati Bengals versus our home team," they actually said St. Louis. And they actually, in the game, they talk about St. Louis. They're like, the city of St. Louis, so happy to be back here in the gateway to the West in
Wow.
St. Louis, Missouri. And,
That's cool.
I remember it was such a heartbreaker back in 2016 when they lost the Rams, but the fans here are rabid and they're just happy and they've really gotten behind this team, and I was like,
Did
okay.
they say anything about the Battlehawks?
They didn't, but I think,
Dang, that would've been
obviously with
cool.
the, I was waiting for it too.
Yeah.
That's a licensing
But-
thing, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure
Yeah.
that had to be a licensing
Did you
thing.
ever see the rendering of the stadium that they
Yeah.
tried growing at the Rams before they moved?
Yeah, I thought it was a nice looking
It was
stadium.
awesome. I
Fuck
would
yeah,
have.
it was.
I would have gone. I mean, that's 2 hours for me. So
I
would've
can't wait
gone
to
a
go to
lot.
watch Chargers games there.
Yeah. Yeah.
My powder blue Chargers jersey.
Okay, so the
Oh, that
Chargers
would be
have
sweet.
been the name for a while. If they do move to St. Louis, do you think they'll stay as the Chargers?
I hope so.
Probably because the Rams keep, the Rams and the Raiders have stayed the same team. So
It would be cool if the Chargers just folded and created a whole new branding, like the Oilers did when
I
they
was gonna
went
say the Oilers when the it was
Can we
Memphis
keep the
first.
powder
See.
blue though?
Huh?
Can we keep the powder blue?
Oh yeah, you have to keep the,
Yeah.
the colors, but
Speaking of Oilers, how about those Houston uniforms from last week?
those were sweet.
Those were sweet.
Yeah,
Shout
I've
outs
seen
to University of Houston. All right, we're gonna wrap this shit up. We're gonna get out of here. It's a great Friday night when I get to hang out with the fellas and talk sports with you guys. We appreciate
look at all
you
these
guys
people.
hanging out with us tonight. A great time, guys. We are live every Friday night at 9:15 Central Standard Time. Make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel for our shorts. We're starting to release some of that shit, all of the fun stuff.
Yeah, Ed in Columbus, Polar Knights, Bottom Line Sports. Who else do we got? Shannon,
Robert Thomas,
Bo. Yeah, I don't know if I miss anyone.
First Class Media.
All right, appreciate
appreciate and love
We
you guys.
Love you.
Appreciate
All
it,
right,
fellas.
week.
boys. It is official. Football weekend. Enjoy it. Don't work too
Yeah.
hard.
Football's
Peace.
back.
We'll be back.
Good luck, boys.
Ice bath.
Bear down.
Go Knowles.
Breaking news. My phone just told me. Fuck the Packers.